All right, we're back for redemption. Last time I was here was not great. Also, nice smoke. We're learning. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in there real nice and quick like. Got a nice, beautiful day for once. Hasn't been raining like crazy, but as I have the shitty ass audio right now, it has been pretty cold. So again, we're gonna see what the production looks like. Goal as always, trying to find the queen, making sure she's all good, making sure the eggs are being laid. We also want to make sure that there's no like mites or anything. We're going to check the actual cells. We're going to check and see how they're doing on the sugar water. And then I also want to try and clear out some of this wood because we do have a lot of logs around here. So I want to kind of clear out some of the area, give us a little more room to work with. And then we're going to open up the hive. So let's get started on those logs first. But of course, we got to smoke them, make sure everyone's all nice and calm. Now, what I could do, and I've seen people do this, is they've drilled holes, and you can do this as well, even if you don't have bees, is drill holes in some logs nearby, and that'll be like a bee hotel for them. Bees who come by, if you have plants that you want pollinated, it'll be nice for them. One of the bigger purposes of me moving these logs is, one, for the camera. It'll be nice having better positioning for the camera. But on top of that, it's kind of hard for me to get in and out. And I don't know if it's going to be hard for them too. I can see there's a little bit of activity coming in and out, and generally you don't want to be in front of the hive like I am. One thing I can say that beekeeping has taught me, ooh, that's a lot of fucking fire ants. Gross. To be very slow. Normally, I'm a very quick-paced type of person. I like to get shit done and move on, but beekeeping has really kind of taught me to slow down. Like even this walking pace that I'm doing, it's a lot slower than I normally would be, which I think is a good thing. All right, cool. So you can probably already see that there is a ton of bees coming in and out, which is good. Nice sunny day. It's about midday, so you know they're all probably coming in and out. There's also probably a lot that are out foraging. You also might notice that there's some bees who are chilling up front. Those are kind of like guard bees. They're just making sure that no other bees that aren't a part of their family are coming through, because otherwise they might steal their honey. So let's go ahead, open up the top here, and see what we're working with. Now it looks like the top is a little stuck together. I believe that term is called the propolis or some shit like that, which they stick it together. Okay. None are sticking to the lid. Usually that tells me that they might be out of sugar water, which is a good sign that they're eating the sugar water, but also kind of a bad sign that they are going through the sugar water very quickly. And again, that's kind of due to the cold weather. See, there are bees kind of swarming around a bit. And let's open up this top piece here. For those of you that did not watch the second video, which I advise you don't because my microphone and everything wasn't working, is that this top super was put on by accident. Did not mean to do that. It's already there. I've decided I'm just gonna leave it. Probably not the best to do, but they have already started building out a little bit and I didn't want to remove it too quickly. That being said, from what they have been adding, it's not a whole lot, so I'm not super concerned. I can see here there is one frame that I'll pull out that is probably the best built out of all of them. And you can see it's not a whole lot. So if this is the best on the super, I'm fine with that. They're building it out slower, almost as if they know that they should be building out in the brood chambers. So I'm okay with that. There's another frame that looks almost identical right here. I'm not gonna take it out because it's the least of my concerns right now. Remove this entire box and just get started on the brood chamber down below. So that's really my biggest concern. And that's probably where most of the bees are going to be. I'm seeing a little bit of wax being built on our queen separator. Well, I'm drawing a blank on the term. So I'll go ahead and open up those holes in there just to make sure that it's not too congregated. And you can start to see all of the activity over here. Now, this is that wonky comb I was talking about. Not a fan of. Oh boy, am I sweating or what? So you can start to see right here on the corner, we've got some funky comb. It looks almost like it's connected from the frame into here because there's a slight gap. That slight gap came with the box, I feel, and I don't know if it's just because I'm not like understanding it correctly. You could see these spacers here are like straight to here. There's a slight gap, which I was told you don't want gaps because they'll kind of build out and make that funky comb. In the last video, they had some funky comb that was already built out a little bit. I figured if I put it closer to here, it allows them to kind of walk out a bit, but it almost looks like they're starting to connect it here, which is a problem. So we're going to start out looking at this, and I'm sure it's going to cause us some problems. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. I'm probably going to have to use my tool here to kind of break it off the wall, just so I don't rip it out like I did last video. Yeah, I could already start to see that it is kind of built a little bit on the side, so there's a bit of a resistance. But wow, is this frame heavy. So looking here, I'll get you guys a nice view. Wonky comb, it's hanging off at the bottom. That's not ideal, but if you look, they did not like that, so let's grab some of this smoke. If you look towards the center there, all of that capped, that is capped brood, okay? Those are babies, which is awesome to see. And you might also be able to see some bees with some orange on their legs. I see one in the center of the screen there, and that's pollen, which is nice. You can see some of the different colors like orange in there. They're nice pollen. Again, not ideal, but if you look, there is that gap in between as well, which is not great. So this frame is kind of messy. If you guys had some advice on how to fix this, that would be great. Because this frame, they're putting a lot of work into, but is a little bit worrisome. The back side here, we can kind of see they're starting to work on and creating wax. The issue I'm having with the other side also is it makes it very hard to kind of spot the queen, because there's like different levels to it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna put these away just so we can keep on looking. Maybe we'll find the queen on another one that's a little bit easier to read. We'll go ahead and get these back in. I'm very conflicted about that frame and how it is sticking out so much. And just to kind of show you for some context here, you can see right over here that they're stuck to the wall, and I had ripped them off. Now I feel like I should just remove this and scrape this off, but it's in such a weird place. I don't know how to go about doing that. I'm gonna look at the other frames and kind of take a look and see. Let's go check out another one which I see has a lot of capped brood. Hopefully we can spot the queen on there. Wow. Looking at this frame, a little bit of wonky comb down below. We can see that there is a lot of capped, right? Capped brood, which is great. But I'm also seeing, I believe, queen cells, which is not great. The queen cells being right over here where I'm smoking, the ones that look long going down. So I believe I should be crushing those to prevent them from creating another queen, which will cause issues in the hive. But at the same time, I'm not finding any queens, or I'm not finding the queen. So it could be possible that you just straight up killed her. She dipped. Or they don't like the queen that they do have. So, but that being said, we can also see that there is honey in these upper corners, which is nice to see. But I really want to find that queen. Let's see, is she on this side? I don't see her on this side either. The other thing is I'm seeing capped brood, but I'm not seeing larvae. Now again, I think it's a good sign that I'm seeing all the capped brood, but I'm not seeing any larvae. So this could have been bees that were made already, before she was either killed or left or swarmed, whatever it may be. I don't know. I also don't like the wonky comb on this, so I'm just going to probably rip that out before they even get started putting anything in here. Again, not seeing the queen. Okay, we can see a bunch of nectar. See all that different color. Wow, that looks beautiful. Look at that. That's awesome looking. Do I see the queen? I do not. I'm actually not sure. Did I just see the queen? There's a bit of honey in here. But I don't like this wonky comb, so I feel like I want to take it out. And I also may have seen the queen behind it. No, I don't see her. But I do want to get rid of this wonky comb. There's some honey in that one, so I think I'm going to leave that to let them clean it out. All right, last frame, I believe. Let's see if we can spot the queen. And I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing her. I'm going to show the camera just in case. Again, more capped. All right, I think this is going to be a video where I just kind of have you guys help, because I am pretty clueless now. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to crush that queen cell, because even best case scenario, queen is alive, or even worst case scenario, the queen is dead. I'd rather supply a queen than have them have their own, or if there is a queen and they just didn't want her right away and they didn't accept her, that they try and swarm. clearing them away from those cells. And we'll crush it. But yeah, today was a little bit disappointing. We're gonna have to go ahead and gonna need your guys' help on that one. All right, let's go ahead and put these all back now. And then I'll go get them some more sugar water because they need it. We'll put it back. Queen excluder, that's what it's called. All right, as long as I remembered by the end of the day, I'm happy. We'll go ahead, put all the boxes back. If you couldn't hear it in my voice, again, slightly disappointed that I was unable to find the queen, but hopefully she'll be around, and hopefully we can see her next time. Yeah, slightly unhappy with today's check. I feel like I did pretty well overall, you know, looking at the frames. I'm gonna probably look back at the footage and see if I could spot the queen. Maybe I missed something, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what to do at this point. So if you have some ideas and some advice, I would greatly appreciate that, because well, I don't feel great. Don't feel great about it. You know, I know that I can also get another queen. It's not ideal. I'll have to do what I have to do, but I want to make sure that I make that decision before they swarm. So, yeah. Oh, fuck me. Lost a little sugar water, but they'll clean it up. They'll figure it out. They will figure that out. All right. We'll go ahead and tidy them up. And for those of you guys that subscribe, thank you. I know there's not many of you guys, and I know a lot of people wanted to kind of follow along on the journey. I appreciate that. I also appreciate all the help, especially with like the smoker. Definitely helped out a ton. And yeah, hope to hear from you guys. Thanks.